Good morning, students. Today let us start our second session of the same lesson, that is Unit 16, Microorganisms. Microorganisms la second part nama paapom. Before starting the session, we'll recall our previous section. What have we seen in our previous class, previous part? We have seen about microorganisms. Specifically, we have seen about viruses. Okay, let us recall now the previous class. What is virology? Virology is the study of virus. What is virology? Study of virus is called as virology, and the word virus was derived from which language? It was derived from Latin language, which gives the meaning poison or slimy liquid. Father of virology is who? Father of virology is Martinus William Bergerink. And viruses are not alive without host. What is the meaning of that? Only when it enters the host, virus will be alive. Without host, they are not alive. They cannot turn the food into energy. So, they are intermediate of both in living and non-living characters. They do not have cells. They are microscopic, that is submicroscopic, that is very tiny. And virus is a collection of RNA or DNA surrounded by protein coat. Virus can be seen everywhere in the ecosystem. That is, it is seen in soil, air, water, or in all type of living organisms. Even in a human body, it can be seen. It remains inactive in unfavorable condition and active in favorable conditions. Virus can be made inactive only when the temperature is given above 90 degrees centigrade. If the temperature is below 90 degrees centigrade, virus cannot be killed. When the temperature is given above 90 degrees centigrade only, virus can be made inactive. Yes. And the first identified virus is called as tobacco mosaic virus, which was identified by Martinus William Bergerink in the year 1892. Certain viral diseases are chickenpox, flu, human immunovirus, mumps, measles and rubella. These are affecting human. These diseases are human diseases, and tobacco mosaic virus disease was caused in tobacco leaves. Now let us see about the shapes of virus with some examples. First, let us see about the head and tail model. I have told you already, there are some shapes for viruses. It may be spherical shaped, rod shaped, or head and tail model. The first model we are seeing is head and tail model. Example for this is bacteriophage. Bacteriophage. This is head and tail model of virus. The second one is round shaped virus. It is HIV virus. You have already seen it. Human immunodeficiency virus, which causes AIDS. And the third one is tobacco mosaic virus, which was the first identified virus, and it was identified in the tobacco leaves. So the name was given as tobacco mosaic virus. Now let us start with bacteria. Bacteria are single-celled prokaryotes. Prokaryotes means you already know that there are two types, prokaryotes and eukaryotes. Eukaryotes means it contains nuclei inside the cell, and prokaryotes means it does not have nuclei. So bacteria come under the category of prokaryotes. That shows that bacteria does not have nuclei. Bacteria nuclei illadanaala idu prokaryotes la varudhu. They are considered to be the first living organisms on earth. Earth la first கண்டுபிடிக்கப்பட்ட organism எதுதானா bacteria. Okay. And they are grouped under the kingdom Monera. Under which kingdom they are grouped? Yes, very good. They are grouped under the kingdom Monera. The study of virus is called as what? Yes, virology. Similarly, the study of bacteria is called as bacteriology. Okay. Study of virus வந்து எப்படி virology சொல்றோமோ அதே மாதிரி பாக்டீரியாவை பத்தி படிக்கக்கூடிய பாடப்பிரிவுக்கு பேர் என்னது? Very good. What it is? Bacteriology. The size of bacteria ranges from 1 mu meter to 5 mu meter. Mu meter ன்னு சொல்லலாம், இல்ல micrometer ன்னு சொல்லலாம். That is very smaller size. Millimeter, you know. Till millimeter we can measure. beyond that அதை விட சின்னது தான் என்னது micrometer. அதோட size bacteriaவோட size வந்து it ranges from 1 micrometer to 5 micrometer. And bacteria is classified into two types according to their respiration. They are aerobic bacteria and anaerobic bacteria. Aerobic bacteria na என்னது it requires oxygen. Oxygen இருந்தாதான் அது இருக்க முடியும். And anaerobic bacteria na it is without oxygen. It does not require oxygen. சரியா? There are two types of bacteria. எதெல்லாம்? Yes, aerobic bacteria and anaerobic bacteria. Aerobic bacteria requires oxygen and anaerobic bacteria does not require oxygen. Very good. Now let us see about the structure of bacteria. Okay, we already know bacteria does not have nuclei. It has an outer covering known as cell wall. What is it called? Cell wall. Cell oda outer covering. So it is called a cell wall. And nuclear material actually is represented by nucleoid without nuclear membrane. Nuclear membrane illama nucleoids irukum. Adula enna irukku? That is DNA. Plasmids are present in cytoplasm. Plasmid la cytoplasm la cell kulla cytoplasm வந்து இருக்கும். full fluid structure மாதிரி fluid like structure இருக்கும். And within that, within cytoplasm, what is it there? It is DNA. Plasmids are present inside the cytoplasm. Protein synthesis is carried out by 70S ribosomes. 70S ribosome தான் என்ன பண்ணுது இங்க? protein வந்து synthesize பண்ணுது. protein வந்து produce பண்ணுது. Other cell organelles are, அதாவது பாக்டீரியாவோட உடம்புக்குள்ள இருக்கக்கூடிய other cell organelles என்னெல்லாம்னா mitochondria, Golgi body, endoplasmic reticulum, etc. are seen inside the bacteria. Other cell organelles such as mitochondria, Golgi complex, endoplasmic reticulum, etc. are absent in bacteria. Remember, these are absent in bacteria. What we can see? We can see DNA plasmids inside the cytoplasm. Rest other organelles are absent in bacteria. And flagella aids in locomotion. Flagella na enadhu? See in the picture given below, you can see like hair-like structures. Yes, isn't it? These hair-like structures are called as flagella. This helps in locomotion. Locomotion na ஒரு இடத்துல இருந்து இன்னொரு இடத்துக்கு மூவ் பண்றதுக்கு we use legs to move. No? Similarly, for bacteria, flagella helps for locomotion. In bacteria, flagella helps in locomotion. See, now you see the picture. See the diagram given below. The bacterial cell anatomy is given. As we saw earlier, bacteria has a cell wall. That is, the outer membrane is called as the cell wall. Inside there is cytoplasm. Fluid-like structure, cell wall kulla fluid-like structures are present. They are called as cytoplasm. Inside the cytoplasm only what we can see? We can see nucleoid. That is DNA. We can see DNA inside the cytoplasm. And a tail, finger-like projections, hair-like structures also we can see. Those hair-like structures are called as flagella, which helps in the movement of, that is, locomotion of bacteria. Previously we saw the classification, that is the types of bacteria according to the respiration. What are they? Yes, very good. Aerobic respiration, which requires oxygen, and the next one is anaerobic respiration, which does not require oxygen. Now we are going to see the classification of bacteria based on the shape of their cells. Okay, first one is bacilli. Bacilli means the bacteria will be rod shaped. You know, rod shape, rod, iron rods, the same way bacilli bacteria are rod shaped. Example we can see Bacillus anthracis. Bacillus anthracis. The next one is spirilla. Spirilla means spiral shaped bacteria. Spiral means that shape. So spirilla means spiral shaped bacteria. Example is Helicobacter pylori. Helicobacter pylori. And the third type is cocci, which is ball shaped, spherical or ball shaped. They can stick together in pairs. This is pair chain or form of a chain. Chain form la chain pair chain it is called as diplococcus. Dina enadhu double, two nu artham. So pair na enadhu rendu idu சேர்ந்து இருக்குறது தான் pair. So rendu aita, so this is called as diplococcus. Or else if it is in the form of chain, it is called as streptococcus. chain form la irundhena adu streptococcus or branches type la irundhena branches na ungalku theriyum bunchy branches type la irundhena this is called as staphylococcus. Cocci is of three types: diplococcus, streptococcus and staphylococcus. Very good. And the fourth type is vibrio. Vibrio means comma shaped bacteria. Comma eppadi poduvom மேல இருந்து கீழ நோக்கி வளைஞ்சு வர மாதிரி போடுவோம்ல. So this type of bacteria, that is comma shaped bacteria, are called as vibrio. Example, Vibrio cholerae. These are the shapes of bacteria. First one is round shaped. So these are called as coccus bacteria. Round shaped bacteria are called as coccus bacteria, and if they are present in pairs they are called as diplococcus or else streptococcus or staphylococcus. Three types of coccus bacteria are there. And the second one is rod shaped bacteria, which is otherwise called as bacillus bacteria. Now the third one is vibrio bacteria, which is comma shaped. So it is called as vibrio. And the last one is spiral shaped bacteria, that is spiral, it will be in spiral form, அதாவது வளைஞ்சு வளைஞ்சு நெளிஞ்சு இருக்கக்கூடியது spiral shaped bacteria. We have already seen two types of classification of bacteria. The first one is based on respiration, it may be aerobic bacteria or anaerobic bacteria, and the second one is based on the shapes of the bacteria. If it is round shaped, it is called as coccus bacteria. If it is rod shaped, it is bacillus, and if it is in spiral shape, it is called as spirilla, and the fourth one is comma shaped, it is called as vibrio. And now we are going to see the bacteria classified according to the number or arrangement of flagella. We already saw that flagellas are hair-like structures. Flagella na enna paathom, adu vandu hair-like structures nu paathom. It helps in the locomotion of bacteria. அதாவது பாக்டீரியாவோட மூவ்மெண்ட்டுக்கு ஒரு இடத்துல இருந்து இன்னொரு இடத்துக்கு மூவ் பண்றதுக்கு ஹெல்ப் பண்றது தான் என்னது flagella. According to this number and arrangement of flagella, bacteria can be classified into 5 types. Okay, first one is monotrichous. Monoனாலே என்னது single. அப்போ monotrichousனா ஒரே ஒரு சைடுல single flagella இருந்ததுன்னா this is called as monotrichous bacteria. Example is Vibrio cholera. Very good. Next one is Lophotrichus. Lophotrichusனா ஒரே ஒரு சைடுல தான் flagella இருக்கும், but it will be in branches form. Branches are மொத்தமா நிறைய more than one flagella will be present in single side. ஒரு எண்ட்ல நிறைய bunchy-ஆ branches-ஆ நிறைய flagella இருந்ததுன்னா this is called as Lophotrichus. Example, Pseudomonas bacteria. Third one is Amphitrichus bacteria. Here in both the sides there will be flagella. ரெண்டு சைடுலயும் single flagella இருந்ததுன்னா this is called as Amphitrichus. Example is Rhodospirillum rubrum. And the fourth one is Peritrichus. Here periனாலே என்னது நிறைய. So the entire body will be covered with flagella. Whole body ல அங்கங்க ஃபுல்லா flagella-வா இருக்கும். So this type is called as Peritrichus, and example is E. coli, otherwise called as Escherichia coli. E. coli, otherwise called as என்னது? Very good, Escherichia coli. And the fifth type is called as Atrichus. Atrichus na என்னது? இதுல flagella கிடையாது. Flagella ரெண்டு பக்கமே எந்த flagellaவும் இல்லாம the body of the bacteria alone remains na this is called as Atrichus. Example, Corynebacterium diphtheria. Bacteria get their food in many ways. நிறைய முறைகள்ல bacteria வந்து அதோட food create பண்ணிக்குது. எப்படிலாம்னா photosynthesis பண்ணக்கூடிய bacteria, that is photosynthetic bacteria, make their own food. They prepare their own food. Okay. Example, cyanobacteria. And bacteria that live in harsh environment. Harsh environment means dry, hot, such type of environments are harsh environment. The bacteria which live in such type of environment, no, they use chemicals. What sort of chemicals? Chemicals like ammonia and hydrogen sulfate. Ammonia, hydrogen sulfate, இந்த மாதிரி chemical use பண்ணி sunல இருந்து என்ன பண்ணுது? Food create பண்ணிக்குது using chemical. This process is called as chemosynthesis. This process is called as what? Yes, very good. This process is called as chemosynthesis. Chemo na enna? Chemical. So chemical la food prepare panikranaala this process is called as chemosynthesis. And some bacteria exhibit symbiotic relation. Symbiotic relation ke example E. coli lives in intestine of man. அதாவது ஈகோலை எஸ்டெரிஷியா கோலை வந்து ஹியூமனோட இன்டெஸ்டைன்ல உயிர் வாழுது. அது சிம்பியோட்டிக் ரிலேஷன் என்னது, ஒன்றுக்கு ஒன்று டிபெண்ட். ஈகோலை வந்து ஹியூமன் பீயிங்கை டிபெண்ட் ஆகிருக்கு, ஹியூமன் பீயிங்கும் ஈகோலை டிபெண்ட் பண்ணியிருக்கோம். டைஜஷனுக்கு அந்த மாதிரி சர்டன் ப்ராசஸ்க்கு பாக்டீரியாவை நம்ம டிபெண்ட் பண்ணியிருக்கோம். ஸோ போத் ஆர் டிபெண்டன்ட் அண்ட் போத் ஆர் பெனிஃபிஷியல். ரெண்டு பேரும் ஒருத்தர் டிபெண்ட் பண்ணியிருக்கோம், ரெண்டு பேருக்கும் ஒருத்தருக்கு ஒருத்தர் யூஸ் இருக்கு. Such type of relation is called as symbiotic relation. Bacteria reproduces by fission. It may be binary or multiple fission. Okay, today we have seen about bacteria, which is also a microscopic organism, living organism. So it is called as microorganism. The founder of bacteria is Antony van Leeuwenhoek. He founded bacteria first in the years in 1676. Okay, and the length of bacteria will be from 1 micrometer to 5 micrometer. 1 micrometer to 5 micrometer. Based on the respiration, bacteria are classified into two types. What are they? Yes, very good. Aerobic respiration and anaerobic respiration. According to the shape, they are classified into four types. They are Bacillus, Coccus, Vibrio and Spirilla. Very good. And the third type of classification is based on the number and arrangement of flagella in the bacterial body. Okay. So if one flagella is present at one side of the bacteria, it is called as monotrichous. Lophotrichous means at single side there will be bunchy of flagella. More than one flagella will be seen in one single side of the bacteria. It is called as lophotrichous. Amphitrichous means the flagella is seen on both sides. Single flagellas are seen on both sides. That is called as amphitrichous. Peritrichous means the entire body will be covered with flagella. Whole body la flagellas irukku. And atrichous means there will not be flagella in the body of the bacteria. So students, I hope you all are clear with bacteria. So go through this slide again and again and be thorough with it.